Wow, this feels so unnatural now. It's been a long time since I've done this, but I set all this up for my video today, and I decided to not film in 4K because I don't hate myself, and I realized that my computer probably can't render and process a 4K video right now. That's totally okay, and I I changed my camera from 60 frames per second to 24, and I went from needing all this lighting to none, which I think is really funny because it I had so much lighting just to get this cool light. I don't know, I don't know what this is, but hi, I'm a person. I exist. Um, I haven't even thought about filming a video, and I feel like forever. And suddenly, I got the urge to do it today, which I find interesting and surprising. Just with everything going on in my life right now, but I just wanted to do a little life update and I guess update people on the podcast too, because I didn't really, I didn't plan for what happened. I mean, we never plan for life, really, but it's been really insane with my work life lately, and then my personal life got really manic and then depressive, and a lot of stuff has happened. I won't go into too much detail with my personal life necessarily, but um, I was doing the podcast, everything was going great, and I had a pretty consistent work schedule when I started the podcast. I didn't always have the same 2 days off, but I always had 2 days off in a row. So I would take my first day, I'd kind of sit and process and try to schedule and create the next day, film and edit, and then upload my first day back to work, which is usually a Wednesday, which is here nor there. But I chose Wednesdays because I miss Jenna Marbles being on the internet, and so I just thought that it would make me happy to have something to do on Wednesdays since I don't get to watch her videos anymore. But my store ended up getting a new manager, and I feel like everyone watching this video pretty much knows most things about it. People who haven't caught up with me in a while, we got a new manager who had we started off with rumors about him having a record with stuff, and then it just spiraled into him being a complete, absolute, incompetent piece of garbage. And so we reported him, and we reported him, and we reported him. Meanwhile, I was so stressed out over work between the schedule and being shorthanded and just having to exist at work some days was more than I could handle, let alone trying to find the time and the energy and the mental capacity to do the podcast. And it sucks too because I really was wholeheartedly committed to it this time. But life is funny like that, and you don't always get to do the things that you want to do when you want to do them. And then um I don't even know how to mention the other thing because it's just a little weird and it's a little personal to put on the internet. But basically, I went through some. So words are hard. I went through some pretty intense stuff in my personal life, good and bad, and on top of work stuff. And now I'm on a leave, so I have a little bit of a break. But things have been kind of tossed upside down in the last couple of days, and so I've done a lot of soul searching, pretty much, and doing a lot of self-reflection, trying to figure out, what I want in my life and who I want in my life, and just trying to understand what it means to be connected to people. I mean, I'm even, thinking about faith and God and, destiny and all this other stuff that I wouldn't even know where to begin talking about it, honestly. It's not something I'm familiar with talking about or used to. I have been talking about a lot of things that I'm not familiar with lately. I've been thinking about a lot of things, a lot of paths that I could take in my life that I never considered before or haven't considered in a while or gave up on. And I don't know, one of the things that's been a pretty consistent thing in my life, whether it be for filming videos myself or just watching videos, is YouTube. And like, I've been putting videos on YouTube on and off probably for 10 years, honestly. Like, I've been writing music for a long time. I've been writing, I like to do graphic design, I like to do video editing, obviously. I like to do the podcast. Like, these are all things that I really enjoy doing. And sometimes my brain gets in the way of doing them because as creative and as wonderful as I feel like my brain can be, it can also be just as detrimental to itself. Detrimental? That Did I say that right? I don't know. But basically, in getting to a long ramble rant thing, is just that I love all of these things and I want to pursue all of these things, but I have depression and I have anxiety and I have a lot of trauma and I don't know how to deal with those things. I'm in therapy right now, which is great, and it's been helping a lot, actually. So, I don't know. I kind of wanted to give you guys a general update about where things are, and like, I didn't give up on the podcast. I would still really enjoy going back to it. And I'm not saying necessarily that it's in my plans. Um, I'm filming this video just to kind of get a feel for where I'm at with this. Honestly, I feel more comfortable in front of the camera right now than I've felt in a while, which is funny. That I feel comfortable talking into a lens right now, kind of like you're a person. And I know that you're a person watching this, but I'm not looking at a person right now. But I don't know where this is going. I want you guys to know that I'm here and I'm okay, and I'm doing the best that I can with the hand that I've been dealt in my life, and I want to come back and do this, and I want to commit to it in a way that doesn't feel obligatory, in a sense that it's just, I want this to be a healthy and safe place for me to come to just be okay. And like, I think having this as a creative outlet would mean more to me than I think it would, and it's meant more to me than I think it has. Um, more than I realize, I guess. Does that even make sense? I don't. I'm definitely going on a ramble and I'm losing my train of thought. But I don't know where I'm going in my life. And I don't know if I need to know necessarily. And sometimes it's really hard to separate me existing from me existing with my depression and my anxiety and my trauma. And like, sometimes it's hard to differentiate the difference between, or differentiate the difference. Yeah, okay, well, it's hard to differentiate between me and my fears, like, and I know that it's all one and the same to some extent, but sometimes I can't think about what I want without thinking about how I fear it. Sometimes I can't think about what I feel like I need without fearing losing it. And sometimes I can't think about what I hope for in the future without feeling like I've already lost it. So every day is a battle inside my own mind. And I know that a lot of you know what that's like. And I also know that a lot of you know that I, and probably all of you, also have a hard time reaching out, which is why I do YouTube videos sometimes, or I'll post on Instagram. I'll just post on social media because it's easier for me to open up to everyone I want to open up to all at once in the same way and say the same things and make sure that, it's not me saying different words to different people, but that may just be their different interpretations of what I'm saying. So, just so everyone knows, I don't know where my heart's at right now. And I don't know where I want to go, but I guess I'm taking time to figure it out. And I think for the first time in a long time, I've decided to just take a leap of faith. And it's scary and unfamiliar, and I don't really know how to navigate these waters that I'm in right now. But I'm just taking it day by day, and I'm hoping for the best. So I think the moral of the story, this long ramble that probably makes no sense, and I'm gonna have to rewatch it again and again when I edit it. It's gonna be so fun. Um, it's just that I want to do all the things that I want to do. I just don't know how to do them yet, and I'm struggling, but I'm okay. And I'm learning about myself, and I don't know. I'm in a weird headspace pretty much all the time, but I know how to take care of myself because I've been through worse. And no matter how bad it feels sometimes, I know that I'll be okay, and I'm not alone. And then I have really good people in my life that love me and care about me and treat me well. And I don't always get to talk to every single one of you, but know that I miss you and I love you. All of my friends back in Denver, all of my new friends here, which I'm thinking now, I don't even know if any of them will see this. Don't know if I want them to. Still confused on that. Honestly, sometimes I wonder how I've lived to be 25, almost 26, and I don't know how to live my life. But I think that we all just pretend that we know what we're doing until we actually figure it out, because what else are we supposed to do? But yeah, this was, I guess, just kind of like a stream of consciousness, life update type of thing. Like, you know that I'm alive and I exist and that I'm doing my best. So I feel like I've said that 800 times. Just to list off, I guess, a couple things that I have done in the time that I stopped doing the podcast was I actually picked up photography when things started getting rough, and I didn't feel like I could put in the time to doing a whole podcast every week. But I was really falling in love with what I was like seeing on YouTube of photography and photographers on there that share their stuff. And I've always loved photography, but I guess I never realized what about it that I really enjoyed, because I've always done the editing part. I've never actually taken the pictures. And I've had a few cameras here and there, and like obviously I have this camcorder, but it's not really like a. It doesn't take the greatest pictures. Films great video, but like I wouldn't take this thing to go take selfies, you know. And I mean, I wouldn't necessarily take my DSLR to go take selfies, but my point is I spent $150 on like a $600 camera. I got a T3 Rebel, and it came with the kit lens and it came with a 50 millimeter. And I learned the basics of photography, and I told myself that I was going to shoot picture and edit and upload a picture to my Instagram every day for the month of October. And I think I did it pretty much every day except for like the last week or two. Not I pretty much just like the last week. I don't even think it was that long, but I was pretty run down from work, and I was like coming to home pretty regularly from work just crying because I was so stressed. And just to give you context, like I don't know who's watching this who already knows this, but like my manager, before he got fired recently, it was like right before he got fired, he pulled me aside and like told me that everyone was talking shit about me and that I don't deserve my position at work. And like, so just for context, like that's the kind of shit I was just dealing with on a regular basis. So as much as I probably needed a creative outlet, I didn't have the capacity to try to deal with one, because I honestly just needed an outlet to not be treated like shit, I guess. Anyway, besides the point. I'm trying to finish up this video. I picked up photography. I reconnected with someone really, really important in my life, and I've been learning a lot of lessons. And as depressed as I always feel, and sometimes it's better than it is other days, and sometimes it's worse, I'm still here. Even if some days I'm just fucking here. At least I'm here. And it's 2021 now, and I really haven't had the time to process that because of everything that's happened in the last couple days. But that was the face of like so many realizations that I just had. One of them being that in 4 months it'll be 5 years since my dad passed away, and that I'm sure will hit me at some point the way that it always does every year. Um, but I realize I've grown a lot as a person, not just in the last 5 years, but in the last week, in the last 2 months, in the last 6 months, year. I just never feel like I'm the same person that I was the last time I think about who I used to be. I don't know. Does that even make any fucking sense? I feel like this video is very almost monotone, but I just wanted to be chill vibes, and I don't know. Just again, an honesty update or life update, life brain ramble thing. I don't know. Words are hard, remember? I hope you guys enjoyed the video, or at least enjoyed being updated on my life. Um, I don't really have any ideas for anything yet. My podcast keeps coming back though. That's the thing. That's the thing about this whole faith thing lately, is that it's just the universe. It oh, wow. Okay, words really are hard. But what it feels like lately is the universe just. It's no longer giving me subtle hints. It's just telling me straight up, this is what you're doing now. And it's like, okay, okay, daddy. Oh God, yeah. So, love you, miss you, and I guess I'll see you on the next one. Bye.